This is the Employability Credential, CTE, and Work-Based Learning Training Crosswalk, as we stand united in growing our future. In a collaborative effort, the offices of CTE and the Office of Special Education Services are collaborating to deliver access and equity in high-quality CTE and special education programs. As a result, there is a need for a consistent common language relative to work-based learning and the employability credential supports and programming. Let's take a look at what work-based learning is by definition. Work-based learning is sustained interactions with industry or community professionals in a real work site environment. According to WIOA, work-based learning is defined as a structured learning experience at the work site for a specific time frame that leads to a career path. Work-based learning is a school-coordinated, sponsored, coherent sequence of workplace experiences that are related to each student's career goals and interests, while based on instructional preparation, and are performed in partnership with local business, industry, or other organizations in the community. Work-based learning enables students in the Employability Credential course of study to apply those classroom interactions and instruction in a real-world business or service-oriented work environment. In South Carolina, there are 10 state-approved work-based learning experiences. The apprenticeship and internship, co-op, job shadowing, whether it's on-site or at a work site or virtual, mentoring, school-based enterprises, service learning, structured field study, or earning that CTE work-based credit, that diploma-bearing credit. Considering the students earning the employability credential, the two that we really want to take a look at are the apprenticeship and the internship. The apprenticeship is an earn while you learn training model that combines classroom instruction with 1 or 2 years of on-the-job training, job-related education, and a scalable wage progression. During the engagement, it may be a duration of engagement that varies, but the regularity of the activity will be well defined with end result in a certification of mastery of a specific technical skill. Maybe a job that has been developed or carved. It may include supported employment experience such as on-site job coaching. Registered or youth apprenticeships are a career-ready qualifier for that school accountability, that indicator. Let's take a look at the internship. This is where students will get that career-ready distinction and meet that career-ready qualifier. It is expected that all students participate in an internship. It is a progressive, school-coordinated experience that places students in real workplace environments so the student can develop and practice career-related knowledge and skills needed for a specific job. The duration of the engagement may vary, but the frequency of the activity will be well defined with that training agreement and evaluation plan in place. It can be paid or unpaid. It may be school-based or community-based, but it has to be at least 40 hours at minimum to meet that career-ready accountability qualifier for the high school report card indicator. This is a look at a guide to work experiences and the crosswalk. In 9th grade, students will participate in those career awareness activities, the research, reflective activities, classroom guidance activities, self-reflection. All of these activities can count as hours, first 25% of the 360 hours toward the credential. Career exploration activities, where we see the WBL. These are state-approved work-based learning opportunities. They can be conducted in the structured field study, mentoring, service learning, job shadowing. And then the last half of the 360 hours should be in work-based learning placement. These can be school-based enterprises, co-ops, internships, or apprenticeships. So in all, a total would be 360 hours of work-based learning and training. Let's take a look at the school-based enterprises versus the internship. The school-based enterprises for some students may be helpful, beneficial for some students to acquire those necessary skills, those steps toward the internship. It's important to know the school-based enterprise does not count as a career-ready qualifier. The school-based enterprises, again, are those steps as simulated. It can be a business on school site. The teacher can be the supervisor. It's a top to bottom business operation, and there are some examples there. And students can create a product or a product service to be sold to generate revenue. Students can own their own business, such as coffee shops or catering for events. But again, the school-based enterprise is not considered a career-ready distinction for the student, so it does not meet that accountability piece. Now, the internship is where the student can be considered career-ready, and again, it's expected that all students in the employability credential course of study participate in the internship. It's school-sponsored placement in a real work environment setting. The work site employee is the supervisor. Students observe business functions and actively engage with their job role as outlined in that training agreement evaluation plan. So that training agreement evaluation plan must be in place. Students have competencies and skills to be mastered that are set forth by the work site supervisor. Placement is aligned to the student's career goals in that pathway. So the placement must be aligned to the student's IEP and IGP. Again, this is a career qualifier if the student has that training agreement in place, a minimum of 40 hours, and that employability education course. Let's take a look at the South Carolina Accountability System, those career-ready qualifiers, as indicated by the EOC Accountability Manual. The achievement level of 3 or higher on the South Carolina Career Ready Test will meet that qualifier. An ASVAB score of 31 or higher. To be a CTE completer with the industry recognized credential. And to successfully complete that Career Ready work-based learning placement with that agreement evaluation plan in place with a minimum of at least 40 hours in that internship. The student with a disability that successfully completes the employability credential will meet those career ready qualifiers according to the IEP. And this is because of 3 options. The student will meet that achievement level of 3 on the South Carolina Career Ready Test, or be a CTE completer with an industry recognized credential, or successfully complete that Career Ready work-based learning placement with a minimum of 40 hours with that career plan, that agreement evaluation plan in place, along with that employability education course. So it is expected that every student successfully complete an internship within the employability credential course of study, so that would automatically mean that the student will meet that career ready qualifier in that distinction of being career ready for that indicator, for that accountability piece. Let's take a look again at the work-based learning career ready qualifier requirement. The student in the employability credential must successfully complete that state approved work-based learning placement with that exit evaluation. That work-based learning training agreement evaluation plan must be in place, which defines a combination of those objectives and skills to be mastered at the worksite placement with a minimum of 40 hours, or the highest number of hours required by the industry-defined competency in a career pathway to qualify for that career ready indicator via CTE. Those experiences must be aligned to the student's IGP and IEP. Again, that South Carolina Work-Based Learning Training Agreement and Evaluation Plan must be in place. There's a link to the template here on the slide. Also, the student must have earned a minimum of 1 unit of credit, such as the Employability Education course, typically in Employability Education 3 or 4. and it should be in that pathway related to the work-based placement or completed personal pathway of study. This will deem the student to be career ready and meet that career ready qualifier. Let's take a look at PowerSchool reporting. And this is important so that that work-based learning can be captured in PowerSchool. This field is at the first field of entry at the top of the work-based learning page in PowerSchool. This is for reporting the career ready qualifier only. The only reporting experiences for this field is the registered apprenticeship, youth apprenticeship, internship, or co-op for accountability purposes only. And for the employability credential, most students will get it through that internship, as all students are expected to participate in that internship. Need to only report one. Additional experiences can be reported in the work-based learning experiences field below the red box. Data is captured for the senior cohort for reporting on the report card rating for that indicator. Additional PowerSchool reporting, step-by-step work-based learning reporting procedures. There's the data manual link. Then the 2023-24 work-based learning implementation guide, and there is the link. The deadline to enter all work-based learning experiences into PowerSchool for 2023-24 academic year will be Friday, May 31st, 2024. These are resources that will help you with planning with your career ready qualifiers, particularly the school counseling and career guidance model, the virtual work-based learning toolkit, information from the Work-Based Learning Summit, Microbursts, GOES, and the labor market. All of these resources will assist you with your programming and the employability credential. For technical assistance concerning the employability credential programming, feel free to contact Kim Watkins, Recruitment, Retention, and Programs team, who is the state lead in the employability credential course of study, Office of Special Education Services, telephone number 803-734-6028, email kawatkins@ed.sc.gov. For technical assistance concerning work-based learning and PowerSchool, please contact Kama Staten. She is the state lead in work-based learning. Her telephone number is 803-734-8415, and her email is kstaten@ed.sc.gov.